This episode is brought to you by Global X. Since 2008, Global X ETFs has been committed to empowering investors with unexplored, intelligent solutions. Global X specializes in exchange-traded funds that offer exposure to the artificial intelligence ecosystem, including themes like data centers, robotics, semiconductors, and cloud computing. To learn more about Global X's entire suite of ETFs, from covered calls, fixed income, emerging markets, and more, visit globalxetfs.com.
You know what's smart? Enjoying a fresh gourmet meal at home that you didn't have to cook. Meet Factor, your loophole in the laws of mealtime. Chef-crafted meals delivered with a tap, ready in just 2 minutes. You know what's even smarter? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Factor is dietitian approved, chef prepared, and you plated. Pretty smart, huh? Refresh your routine and eat smart with Factor. Learn more at factormeals.com.
This is Optimal Work Daily. The Biggest Mistake People Make in Their Careers and Lives, Part 2, by Benjamin Hardy of benjaminhardy.com. The Benefits of Delayed Gratification. Holliday differs in one more way than most people in his space. He was offered a book contract for the book that would eventually become The Obstacle is the Way several years before he wrote the book. Of course, he was ecstatic. He told his mentor, best-selling author Robert Greene, about it. Holliday recalls that conversation. Quote, "Robert was as happy for me as everyone else, but he told me he didn't think I should do it. Not because it wasn't a good deal, but because I wasn't ready. 'You're 22 years old,' he reminded me. 'Are you sure you can speak from a place of real understanding about the subject matter?' he asked. He told me that every day I was experiencing new things, that I was widening my understanding and authority on the topic by living and improving as a writer. The book would be better the longer I waited was his nice way of saying it wouldn't be any good if it came out now. He advised me to pass." End quote. Unlike so many others, Holliday delayed gratification. He further explains that over the next few years, he'd learn things and have experiences allowing him to become the person that could write The Obstacle is the Way. Could he have written a great book at age 22? Probably. Would it have been a classic? Probably not. The question is, do you really believe you could create a classic? Or do you believe you can create something truly impactful? Rather than just starting a business, do you believe you can create something truly important? Do you really believe in yourself? This may sound like a trite question, but it's serious. Of course you believe you could create something, but I'm talking about something real, something of enduring quality, something truly great. Do you believe you could do that? Or would you rather create something quick and inferior, but that gives you a false sense of achievement? Said Tony Robbins, "Life gives you exactly what you ask of it, no more and no less. You get in life what you're willing to tolerate. It's all about your personal standards." Most people get less in life than their potential because they have low standards for themselves and those around them. The greatest reward for delayed gratification is who you become. It's not necessarily about the work you do. More, it's that you became someone who could do work at that level. Your work is a reflection of you. Who you become determines the quality of your work. The quality of your work influences the lives of other people. You'll know when it's the right time. An obvious objection or question that you should be having right now is, what if I wait too long? Waiting to act and delaying gratification are two completely different things. Perfectionism is not delaying gratification. Perfectionism is a disease that leads to procrastination and waiting. The time to act becomes painfully obvious, not only based on intrinsic feelings, but also based on external demand. It's not enough to feel ready. There must be clear evidence that you are ready. That can only occur by experience in the real world and not merely in your head. 80% of life is showing up. In the book, The E-Myth Revisited, Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It, Michael Gerber explains that the natural thing for a new business to do is grow. Most people wonder if they will get any traction for their concept. This fear is legitimate, but besides the point. If you start a business and work at it, it will grow. Most businesses fail when things start growing. They get too excited by future prospects and don't consider the technical and organizational stuff to support the growth. Of this, author and strategist Greg McKeown has said, quote, "Why don't successful people and organizations automatically become very successful? Success is a catalyst for failure." End quote. You must balance 1, your plans for the future, with 2, doing and improving the actual work, in other words, your products, and 3, keeping things well managed. If you keep these 3 things balanced, your chances of success during growth are substantially higher, Gerber explains. Conclusion. If you're willing to wait an extra year or two, the quality of your impact as well as the quality of your life could dramatically improve. You must first know what you want. Until you do, you'll be swayed by the first offer you get. You must also know why you are doing what you're doing. Until you do, you'll be more concerned about looking good than actually doing something of lasting and significant value. Expect that when you go into business, it is going to grow. When it does, don't get distracted by all the once-in-a-lifetime opportunities that come your way. Stay the course. When needed, delay the gratification for something good in order to create something truly great. You'll never regret that extra 6 months or year or few years you were investing in yourself. When the harvest comes in, you'll look back with a satisfaction most people could never imagine. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled The Biggest Mistake People Make in Their Careers and Lives by Benjamin Hardy of benjaminhardy.com.
I can say to my new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, hey, find a keto-friendly restaurant nearby and text it to Beth and Steve. And it does without me lifting a finger, so I can get in more squats anywhere I can. 1, 2, 3.
Will that be cash or credit?
Credit. 4.
Galaxy S25 Ultra, the AI companion that does the heavy lifting so you can do you. Get yours at Samsung.com. Compatible with select apps. Requires Google Gemini account. Results may vary based on input. Check responses for accuracy.
This episode is brought to you by Atlassian. Atlassian makes the team collaboration software that powers enterprise businesses around the world, including over 80% of the Fortune 500. With Atlassian's AI-powered software like Jira, Confluence, and Loom, you'll have more time to do the work that matters. In fact, Atlassian customers experience a 25% reduction in project duration per year. Unleash the potential of your team at Atlassian.com. Atlassian.
And thank you again to Benjamin. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, he's an organizational psychologist and was the #1 writer on Medium, where he shares a ton of articles covering personal development, willpower, and more. Those types of articles are also regularly featured on the podcast Optimal Living Daily. So if you like Benjamin's style but want to hear his take on some different topics like building habits, motivation, willpower, and more, check out that show. Again, that's Optimal Living Daily, and you can find it wherever you get your podcasts. And do make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. All right, that should do it for the Sunday episode. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you had a great weekend. And I will see you back here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.